Hi, welcome back to Let's Play 5. And yeah, I've got 2 buses running now, and I've going this at super speed. I'm going to slow it right down. So I've now got 2 buses running on that route. Wasn't an interesting watching me do it a second time. And already you can see the AI started to key on some of this stuff here, so that's worked. Remember we looked at the beginning and the AI wasn't using this, it had well built onto the second level. Now, because there's a regular passenger transport, and round this block in particular, which is the main area, I've got 1 bus that goes clockwise and 1 bus that goes anti-clockwise around it. So that's pretty well served, and there's quite a few stops, 1, 2, 3, there's about 4 or 5 stops in this little circuit. So it's pretty well served, so that's starting to use that pretty well, which is the idea. However, this one not so good, so I'm going to pause. So this one isn't being used. Now there's a temptation when you see this amount to start spending money and buying, you know, a cultural centre, some office buildings or whatever else, and I wouldn't early in the game because they don't start paying you back for years. You seed a little bit here maybe and sell them on, but to spend a lot of money early in the game is going to probably bankrupt you because it doesn't make a lot of cash back. Instead, I've got 2 things I want to do here. The first thing is I want to extend this railway line, and increase and change what this train does. So I only want it to drop off here if it's empty, but I want it to carry on and perhaps have a second depot area along this line up here. So I'm going to add to this. In fact, here, look, where the bus stops. That's a good place to put it. So let's pop back to rail, track, lay. I might actually turn the weather off. Because there we are, it doesn't make it very clear for you guys to watch. I like the weather when I'm playing, but it's not very simple for you guys to watch, is it? Anyway, back there. Right, we're back laying track. Let's get it sorted. There we go. So back laying track, and which line is he on? I'm only going to pay for the. Alright, that's a bit of a sharp curve, but it does the job. Again, I tend to do curves in more than one. I don't try and do curves in one go, if you like. I saw a YouTube video of a guy drawing a perfect circle on a blackboard. I mean, perfect to the eye. It probably wasn't perfect if you got out your geometry tools, but it was a cracking circle. Alright, now this is going to probably destroy that farm. I could go around it. Yeah, better to. I want that to go pretty straight. There we go. And then let's have a look at a station. Hang on, which one would it be? Is this the inside or the outside? Right, so okay, so that's where I'd want it. Right. Do you know what? I better put the other bit of track in, because what's likely to happen is the AI is going to start building heavily in this area, and before I know it, I'm going to have to knock down buildings to put the second bit of track in. Oops, got to make sure that's yellow before we start dragging off. One thing I really would like in the game is a way to lay double track without doing it this way. It's not the best. It's not the neatest way of laying double track. Come on, yellow, there we go. If you spend a lot of time, you can lay it so it looks nice and neat, but or if it's very straight, obviously it's quite easy to do. But like this, it's quite hard. For instance, this inner circle here, the radius is going to be too tight to be able to do it, so I'm going to have to probably remove this bit of track here and start describing this circle a little bit, this curve a little bit earlier. Again, see, it's not quite butted up against the previous bit of track. If you actually go to real railways and look there, you'll see this is quite common. There's sort of, well, it is in the UK. It might be how bad our railway system is. This idea that 2-way working lines always seem to butt on almost perfectly is. Oh, I see what I've done there. Oh my goodness, that's not very good. Well, I'm always one for a compromise. I like the idea of compromise. Adds to the gameplay. I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to station, remove. I'm going to remove that. That's really annoying. Ground level station, number of platforms 2. That is really annoying that that's happened, but it does allow me to perhaps put that there. There we go. That's cost me a little bit of cash as well, obviously, to remove something that already existed. Go back to rail. Another hint I'll give you here is that when you're trying to join two pieces together and it's not working, try them in the other direction. Try going from, the left isn't joining the right. Try going the right to join the left. It's easy to join onto something that's straight than join onto something that's curved. So if you start at the bit that's a little bit variable, yeah. So this probably will work now. If I can just, actually, probably is it going to work? Bit fiddly. Come on, stop being fiddly. Oh, no, it's not going to. I'm going to have to remove some of this. Right click to take that off. There we go. There's going to be that gap. There we are. So now we've got this other station created over here. So you see here what's happening. This cargo train is chunking up to the station. It's filling that up. So now, however, when it's full, it's going to continue. Actually, it's actually managed to empty this time, which is fine. If I click on it, train, which one am I on here? I'm on 03. And if I click on timetable assistant for this one and let it run, and I'm going to put it on triple speed because I want it to go pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then unpause. Now what should happen? Is it going to continue or turn around? What's going to happen? It's weekend. Stop because it's the weekend. Right. Sweet as a nut. So it's going back to fill up, which is good because it was empty. Right, I want it to just load. Because it's now got 2 depots to fill, I'm going to get it doing all week round, 20-minute wait, no real change of departure time. Oh, I forgot I called this block switch. So fill up. There we go. Now, point settings straight on. Yep. Follow it through. Right. Departure time. I don't want it to turn around. I want it to pass. I want it to go straight when it's come to this platform. Before I had it turn around and going back. I want it unload only. I want it to go straight on. I want it to do it at all times, including weekdays and holidays. So it's not going to be able to unload, or it did manage to unload one. Now it should continue straight on after its little wait. Hang on. I'm not sure that's. Oh, it's taken a little bit more off. That's quite good. That. I think it waits because it's timed not to clash with the other train coming from the other direction, isn't it? If I remember rightly. So now it's carrying on. Right. I want it to unload only. It's got nowhere to unload yet, but that's fine. I'll build that in a moment. Stop, unload only, just a 10-minute stop, and then I want it to reverse back. I want it to go back the way it came. So if I build on extra track, it won't necessarily follow it unless I set it to go straight on. Okay, so it's not managed to unload anything there. I'm going to speed this up. I want to go on straight. I want it to, what I want it to do here, I want it to pass through this time. Yeah, it just passes through. On the way back, it just passes through. Just load. Yeah, happy with that. Now I'm going to make some changes. I'm doing this a second time because I want to make some changes. Now it's come to it from this direction. It doesn't do omnidirectional travel, does it? So I'm going to have to do unload, stop, 10 minutes, unload, straight on. Perfect. Stop, unload straight on, perfect. Yeah, fine. Okay, so now I've got the train. It'll stop at both times, stop at every platform. It'll only pick up from here, from the factory that's just based over here. And whenever it gets to one of these stations, it will attempt to unload its cargo. Now, while I'm on pause, yeah, happy with that. Close the timetable assistant and let it go. I'm going to put it back on pause, and I'm going to build a depot up here for it to actually unload to. So let's do that. Material factories, scroll down. No point putting small depots in really, unless you really are strapped for cash. There we go. That's mostly, yeah, I'm not sure what I want it to do there, where I want it to build to. I'm going to have it as far out here as I can, I think, or a moderate way out there. So now if I get it running again, you'll see the difference is when it comes here with cargo, which it should be back, it starts to unload here because it's preset to do that. So now what we shouldn't have, for a while at least, is being constrained by a train running up here and just basically running backwards and forwards with cargo that it can't unload, because it now has a second place to unload it to. Of course, eventually this could get full as well, and the AI would need to trigger off here, and I may want a second bus route that heads this way. But while I'm watching, I can see the AI is starting to build more around here, so that's something I may want to just let it run for a while. Last thing I'll say here is don't be afraid to run the game in an accelerated time setting. Yes, well done. We have made profit this accounting period. Good. You see, it's already starting to build. You see the AI, something just popped up there. The AI is doing a decent job. We'll need to probably have a bus route along here, and then increase the passenger train route along here as well, and all sorts of bits and bobs, which we can do. So there we are. That's the end of Let's Play number 5. Number 6, we're looking at raising a bit of capital so we can make a bigger expansion along here, and perhaps even connect with up there with one big go, one big stretch of rail. Paul and Clark, Dedrica signing off.